Howdy, friend. Sam Houston here, hoping you're living in high cotton. And if you're lucky enough to be in Texas, I know you're most of the way there. Now enjoy your daily dose of Texas history and Texas pride.
Howdy, friend. Welcome back to the Feed Bandit podcast and your Texas History Roundup for December 19th. In 1836, the Texas Congress passed legislation that claimed land east of the Rio Grande to be part of the Republic. The legislation stated, beginning at the mouth of the Sabine River and running west along the Gulf of Mexico 3 leagues from land to the mouth of the Rio Grande, thence up the principal stream of said river to its source, thence due north to the 42nd degree of north latitude, thence along the boundary line as defined in the treaty between the United States and Spain, to the beginning. This boundary became an issue, and it was not until the Compromise of 1850 that the current boundary was established, including the location of the northern boundary of the Panhandle. In 1842, Alexander Somervell, whose Somervell expedition forces had captured Laredo and Guerrero, recognized the futility of continuing the invasion of Mexico and ordered his troops to return home by way of Gonzales. About 190 men and officers obeyed the order, but most, about 300 men and 5 officers under the command of William F. Fisher, refused to do so, and they would go down in history as the disastrous Meyer expedition. In 1859, Mirabeau B. Lamar, second president of the Republic of Texas, passed away at his plantation in Richmond and was buried in Richmond's Masonic Cemetery. In 1890, the leaders of 2 settlements, Old Lubbock and Monterey, agreed to combine into a new settlement called Lubbock. In 1876, the surrounding county had been named for Thomas S. Lubbock, a former Texas Ranger and brother of Texas Governor Francis R. Lubbock. Lubbock was voted the county seat in 1891 and was incorporated as a city on March 16, 1989. I had spent 5 of the most fun years of my life in Lubbock. In 1859, the first Bluebonnet Bowl was played in Rice Stadium, matching Clemson University against TCU, with Clemson winning 23-7. Bluebonnet Bowl games were usually played between a Southwest Conference team and an at-large team. In subsequent years, the Bluebonnet Bowl was played at Rice Stadium or the Astrodome. The last Bluebonnet Bowl was played in the Astrodome on December 31st, 1987, with UT defeating Pittsburgh 32-27. And finally, in 1979, the International Air Transportation Competition Act of 1979, which included the so-called Wright Amendment, was passed by the U.S. Congress. The Wright Amendment involved flights to and from Dallas Love Field. Dallas-Fort Worth Airport officials and the city of Fort Worth wanted to stop or limit flights there and force all out-of-state commercial flights to use the relatively new Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. To that end, U.S. Representative James C. Jim Wright of Fort Worth was instrumental in getting his amendment in the bill. It mandated that all flights in or out of Love Field had to begin or end in Texas or a neighboring state. Government getting in the way of everything. And finally, in 2015, I got married to my wife, Laura, on this day. So to my beautiful, caring, understanding, that is underlined, understanding wife, supportive wife, and best mother in the world, I love you very much. Happy anniversary. Thanks for an awesome 10 years, and cheers to many more to come. All right, love you very much. And YMBF. And that, my friend, was your Texas History Roundup for December 19th. Thank you so much for listening. Really appreciate it. We'll see you back here tomorrow. And remember, Texas first.
Well, there you have it. If you like our podcast, check us out at feedbandit.com. There you'll find awesome Texas First outdoors gear and apparel. Your purchase helps support the Bandits and keeps this podcast on the air, fighting for you and for Texas. Remember, preserve the tradition, protect the legacy. Until next time.